When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Audio testing, mic 1, audio testing. Audio testing, mic 1, 2, 3. Audio testing, mic 1, 2, 3, audio. Check, mic 1, 2, 3, audio testing. Good afternoon, we're listening from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. This is Make We Talk. The program soon begin. Just bear with us, please. We're having an audio issue. We'll begin the program shortly. Just a moment here, please.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good night, good day, wherever you are watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to an edition of the Make We Talk program with your host, yours truly, Jeffrey T. This afternoon, we're going to speak about what's going on here.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders must. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. What's going on with this mic system? I don't know. It's a mic that maybe need to be changed by now. But we're going to speak about issues facing our country. The first that we're going to speak about is the island-wide blackout by the Jamaica Public Service Company. And there are some questions that need to be answered. And we can't get any answer from neither the JPS or audio testing. Yes, sorry about that. We're not getting the answers from the powers may be, those who are in authority. We're getting answers from them about the island-wide blackout, as they call it. Jamaica Defense Force caught fire before that. We don't hear any answers from no one pertaining to that. So many things happening in the country. And we're not hearing anything. We're not hearing anything at all from this mic system here at all. But we're going to work on this mic system here. It has to work this evening. What's going on in the country, we don't know. Many of us, there's a video circulating on TikTok. This morning early, I did a video on TikTok and I forwarded the video to my YouTube channel too. I didn't know it was making the rounds. It is making the rounds all over social media, wherein people from all over the place calling me about it. It is trending on social media. And believe you me, I never know it will be trending so much. Because when I did the video very early this morning. I was on my way coming home, a 3.5 hour drive. And I did the video. And it's making the rounds all over TikTok. Charmaine, good afternoon to you on TikTok. All the students on TikTok, good afternoon to you. It is making the rounds all over TikTok, wherein I've been asking some questions about JPS and about Jamaica Defense Force. Until now, we haven't heard anything from those who are in authority. From those who are in authority pertaining to what is going on. Give me some hearts on TikTok. Like up the live feed on TikTok. Those on YouTube, give me some likes on YouTube also. And some super chats. We have been asking the question, what really happened? What truly happened a couple nights ago? What truly happened? Why Jamaicans were left in dark for how many hours until Saturday morning? You hear nothing from Daryl Vaz. Daryl Vaz had a so-called press conference. And the press conference he had, JIS nor PBCJ wasn't there to show you that something is fundamentally wrong somewhere. JIS and PBCJ was not at the press conference. He went to show the press conference on his Facebook page. When I went over there, thinking that there's something good, the camera or his phone was set upside it down. So you have to set the head like this to see what is going on. So I get in contact with somebody who know him. And I said, tell the minister that nobody can see what he's going on with. Lo and behold, it seems that the person spoke to him about it. The live feed was taken down. So the Jamaican people did not get a live press conference from Daryl Vaz, our Jamaica Public Service company. Until now, we hear nothing. We're being told that maybe today or sometime to come, the OUR has given the JPS either 30 days or until today, I can't remember, to tell the nation what truly happened. JPS is saying that they had a lightning strike. Daryl Vaz is saying to the people of this country that JPS have a system failure. The question that we need to ask the Jamaica Public Service Company and others is this. You're saying to me that the whole entire Jamaica is on one grid? If my memory serves me correctly, you have a grid in Montego Bay, Bogue in Montego Bay, you have one in Old Harbour, You have one in Ferry in Savlamar. And I remember when back in the days in the early 2000s coming, used to have a lot of power outages. And you call Kingston have light, but Westmoreland have no light. So don't come and tell the people of this country that there's a system failure. Something else went on. I'm not going to speculate. But something else went on. And the people of this country deserve an answer from the minister and the prime minister. It cannot be that Jamaicans have been paying JPS millions and billions of dollars. I get to understand that the NWC, the National Water Commission, pay JPS per month $1 billion a month. That's what I was told. That the National Water Commission, every single month, and I'm yet to be corrected on this, will fork out $1 billion to the Jamaica Public Service Company. Not to mention what hotels and other companies around Jamaica pay them. So my question to the Jamaica Public Service Company this evening, you're collecting this amount of money from Jamaicans. All this amount of money from the Jamaican people. How is it that at 7 p.m. Friday evening, 7 or 8 p.m., whatever time it was, the entire Jamaica from Negril Point to Moran Point had no light. No light whatsoever. Huh? The entire country was out of light. An island-wide blackout. Like we're having blackout party. When the drone went up into the air, you can see little light because you have some Jamaicans who have generators and solar. My question I've been asking from morning or from Friday, because I went live Friday night with the help of Conrad O'Brien, who gave us some update. My question is this. Does the health sector in our country, like KPH, Victoria Jubilee Hospital, and those places, I think the University of West Indies Hospital, University of West Indies Hospital, I think they have a generator, yes. I don't know if KPH's Kingston Public Hospital has one. I don't know if Victoria Jubilee Hospital has one. I don't know if the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy has one, or the Salomon Hospital. We have been asking questions about these things. And one would have believed that a well-caring prime minister would have addressed the nation. One would have believed that this prime minister would have truly addressed the nation pertaining to this. Now you have some people who come on social media and say they're spreading propaganda. It's not propaganda you're spreading. The Jamaican people need answers. And it's the duty of this prime minister and the Minister of Energy, Daryl Vaz, to answer to the people of this country. And quite frankly, Mr. Vaz should tell his resignation. That's my honest opinion. Quite frankly, Daryl Vaz should tell his resignation. Why is it that we, the people of this country, must sit down and accept what these people give to us? As I said in my post on TikTok this morning, that the Jamaican people allow those who are in authority because we don't have any respect for ourselves. So do you expect them to have any respect for us? The Jamaican people need answers this evening. The Prime Minister of this country must address the nation. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, you told the Jamaican people in the parliament that you are a poor people defender. It is the duty of you, the Prime Minister of this country, to address the nation. You must come and tell the Jamaican people what happened. Jamaicans are concerned that the Jamaica Defense Force are supposed to defend the island. A part of it caught fire. And the issue is something, but we don't know the true cause of the fire. And then, lo and behold, moments after, my phone started ringing off the hook. Jeffrey, Jamaica out of power. When I got in contact with a senior Jamaican politician, I called him, WhatsApp him, and I said, can you confirm if the entire island is out of power? He said to me, yes. Some of JPS power plant shut down. Mama, rock of ages fled from me. Let me hide myself in thee. No other help I have but you, Lord. If thou shouldst draw thyself from Jamaica, what will happen to this country? I said to the senior politician, you're joking. He said, no, Jeffrey. I am not joking. I hung up from him. And I called a senior member of the Jamaica Labour Party. And he said to me, Tavares, can love me call me Tavares? He said to me, Mr. Tavares, I can't comment. But don't say I say. But based on what I'm hearing, it's true. I said, okay, sir. I hung up the phone from him. Then Miss P called me before. Then I ended up calling those people. I decided to go live on air. I was talking to Wilfred Rattigan. And I said, Rattigan, I'm going to go live on air. I went on air with the help of Conrad O'Brien from Sleek Radio. Straight up Sleek Radio. He came on air and assisted me. And one will believe that any well-thinking Prime Minister, any well-thinking Minister of Energy, you have been telling the Jamaican people from whatever time it was, Friday night, they're going to have a press conference Saturday morning. Saturday morning, come. You delayed the press conference till 3 o'clock because you went to a funeral. I saw you at a funeral. I saw you at a funeral, Daryl Vaz, for Leslie Campbell. At 3 o'clock when we went on to see if PBCJ or JIS was carrying the live feed, none of them was carrying the live feed. Not one single government TV station was carrying the live feed. Then somebody pinched me and said to me, Jeffrey, go over to Daryl Vaz's Facebook page. When I went over there, he has by the way, using his phone. The phone is like this, set like this. So you couldn't see anything. So I called the person who knew him and said, look here, tell the minister so we can't see nothing. By the time I tell the person, in less than 2 minutes, the feed was cut. There was no live feed anymore. Until this blessed moment, the Prime Minister of this country and Daryl Vaz has not addressed the Jamaican people. Until now, the Prime Minister of Jamaica has not addressed the Jamaican people pertaining to the power outage. Because you know why? He lives in Beverly Hills. And his house has a big standby unit or solar system, you know. So the little dirty foot chose his boy and gal who live below a crossroad in the country. To hell with them. Come on, people, share up the live feed. Share up the live feed. Give me some super chat. Share up the live feed. The Prime Minister of this country has no respect for the people of Jamaica. And the Minister of Energy, him worse. He called us dumb, dark, and stupid. Because we allow these people to do this. We allow these people to go around and treat us as if we're nothing. Mr. Prime Minister, you have some answering to do. You have some answering to do to the Jamaican people. You're answerable to the Jamaican people, sir. You're the chief servant of the people of this country. And you have some answering to do. And many of us are asking the same question. Why is it that the Prime Minister is so silent? And national issues that is facing this country. This Prime Minister is silent. This Prime Minister believes that he mustn't answer to the Jamaican people. The Prime Minister of Jamaica has some answering to do to the Jamaican people. It cannot be that a major power cut happened in this country and those who are in authority hasn't addressed the situation. Daryl Vaz have a so-called press conference. PBCJ wasn't there. JS wasn't there to have a live coverage of it. It was on his Facebook page. The phone or whatever they're using turned upside it down. I called somebody who they know. And I said, this can't work. You know. In less than 2 minutes, the live feed was taken down. And we hear nothing more than bits and pieces of clippings from both JS, TVJ, and CVM. How on earth can this, a nationwide blackout, happen from the Jamaica Public Service Company? And you hear nothing from this Prime Minister. The minister is saying it's a system failure. JPS is telling the Jamaican people it's lightning strike. My question is this. Was there a severe weather system over Jamaica during the time JPS got cut off? The blackout in Jamaica? Was there a severe weather system over Jamaica that caused lightning and thunder, brimstone and fire? We hear nothing. All I'm saying, and all I'm asking, like any other Jamaican, was there a severe weather system over this country? Don't block anybody, make it stand there. Cause Nelson over TikTok did have JPS, did have solar over film light, over film house. Jackass, I'm not a Jamaican, I'm born and bred. Born a Jamaican, I will die a Jamaican, you little idiot. So I don't understand. How is it that we, the Jamaican people, can get an answer from this idiot, from this Prime Minister. I'm so sorry. I meant to call this fool here on TikTok idiot, not the Prime Minister. I do apologize about that. We need answers. We need answers, and we need answers now. What truly happened? The head of the JPS should tender his resignation, and so is the Minister of Energy. Daryl Vaz is the worst transportation minister known. He's the worst Minister of Energy known, and should tender his resignation. But we could call to the blue in the face. That will never happen. I want you to listen to something here from a well-known Jamaican broadcaster on RFM. This is what she said.
Whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Get rid of a tribalism, the political tribalism. This is not a JLP.
What's up, guys? Check out the video. Check it out.
So whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Get rid of a tribalism, the political tribalism. This is not a JLP or PNP time. This is survival time. And we have to determine how we're going to survive, if we're going to thrive, and how we come out into the new world order, because we have to create our own world order, or we are going to be the very same ones who will be enslaved. Transhumanism and technocracy. Technocolonialism is what the next world order is. It means another form of slavery, and we're not prepared for it. So whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Remember that. What caused the fire at Upper Camp, we still don't know why, but we can put two and two together.
You see? These are the questions the Jamaican people are asking. What truly happened at Upper Camp? What truly happened up there? What truly happened at Upper Camp? Light after Upper Camp, section of Upper Camp caught fire. Then you hear people phone ringing off the hook who can call because both the smell and flow went down because they don't have any power either to boots up whatever they're using. Whosoever have like a solar system or whatever they have like a data, they can call out. They have been calling. My phone ring off the hook, left, right, and center. And until now, you hear nothing from this Prime Minister. Until now, you hear nothing. Not a word from the Prime Minister of this country. He went to a funeral, then he went to some chess playing business. I hear nothing from the Prime Minister. In other words, he's saying to you, damn with all I know. To hell with all I know. I don't have to answer from the now. Huh? Then turn off the light power way. Then turn off the light power way. There's certain road that I won't go down. But there's certain road that I'm prepared to go down. The Jamaican government has some answering to do. Why is it that the country had an island-wide blackout until Saturday morning? The country needs some answers from this Prime Minister. And also the Minister of Energy. The hospitals, them, were their standby unit working? Did they have enough diesel? Did they have enough gas in it? We don't know. You don't hear nothing from Christopher Tufton pertaining to this either. 3 important ministries are 2 important. Well, everything is important. The Prime Minister to address the nation. So is Daryl Vaz. So is Dr. Tufton as Minister of Health. I heard my good friend there. Hold on there for me. There's a call coming in. One moment, please. One moment. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yes. The opposition spokesman on energy respond to.
I know. I'm going to play that. I know. Philip Paul was supposed to come on the program, but because he has to travel overseas, he couldn't come.
Yes, he mentioned some critical issues there.
I have the clipping to play.
Okay, sir. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Right. Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay. Michelle, you're live on air. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Michelle Fanger. Could you send me the Zoom link?
I sent it to you already.
Where?
It's in your WhatsApp group. You're live on air, Michelle. I sent it to you.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna come on live.
Okay. Yes, the Prime Minister have to answer to the people of this country. We're gonna have our resident immigration lawyer coming on now to speak to you about immigration. But we're not switch back over to the whole thing of JPS. We're also gonna have our good friend from the People's National Party, because no government ministers or government MP not coming onto this program to speak to us about what is going on in the country. So we have opposition spokesperson on national security, Fitz to come and speak to us about the FLA. Let's go over to Michelle Fanger from the Fanger Law Firm, who is on. She has so many things to do. She's not going to stay along with us. Lady Fanger, welcome to the program.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a wonderful evening.
Yes, we are. We are. You're a bit low, though. I don't know why you're so low.
I'm low?
Very low.
All right, let me see if I could go louder. I'm in my car. I'm parked.
You're using the speaker in the car?
Yeah, I'm using it now. Are you hearing me now?
A little bit better now. A little bit better. A little bit better. Michelle, speak to us about citizenship and how you go about getting your citizenship.
Okay, it is quite simple for people to get their citizenship now, and I do encourage individuals to go out and get their citizenship if they qualify, because you know we have election coming up. Although there's a severe, drastic delay in the processing of applications, but there are 2 ways to get your citizenship. One, being a green card holder for 5 years, or being a green card holder for 3 years, and there's another way if you derived it from a parent. But for 3 years, you have to be married to your spouse for 3 years, and you can apply to become a U.S. citizen. In order to apply, you have to establish that you have been with your spouse for 3 years. You have to establish that you have good moral character, meaning that you're filing your taxes. You don't owe taxes at the time you file. You don't have any serious criminal offenses. And also you're working. No, it's a new requirement that you're working. You're not on certain government benefits, because these goes towards moral turpitude. Because they want to show that you're morally fit to reside in the United States. So that's a big thing. You don't owe outstanding child support. If you have children, you have to have some arrangement in regards to providing for your children, every single child that is underage, right? So that is very important. And also, you have the 5-year mark. So you could do that 5 years. That's generally for everyone who has gotten their green card through their parent or a job. All right. But the 3 years only if you got it through marriage. So it is very important that leading up towards getting your citizenship, you go ahead and file your taxes and make sure that they're done correctly. Currently, like being in a payment plan alone is not enough, because I do understand that people will go into a payment plan, and after they get their citizenship, then they stop making their payments. So they want to ensure that you've made your payments. And also they want to ensure that you haven't committed any crime within 5 years of getting your green card or 5 years of becoming a US citizen. You cannot have certain serious offenses. And oftentimes people say, oh, it's just traffic infractions, but it's a lot of traffic infractions. But that could go against it because it shows that you're not able to abide by the rules. So try not to have a lot of infractions like running the stop sign, not wearing seat belts, all of these things.
So hold
So
on a
now
minute, Michelle. Hold on a minute there for me. For those who are just joining us, we're speaking to Michelle Fanger from the Fanger Law Firm. She's a Mequitalk resident immigration lawyer. She's also a divorce lawyer.
for Florida.
For Florida. So if you want to get divorced, I don't believe in a divorce though. I don't believe in wanting in divorce. Anyway, she's also a Jamaican by birth. She hailed from the parish of Trelawney.
Yes.
Yes, the up top of Trelawney, the people of the Vumavon. The people of the Vumavon, the Vumavine. Anyway, if you need a lawyer, we're speaking to her this evening. We're gonna switch back over to what is going on in Jamaica. But she's a resident attorney at law for the Mequitalk program. She's an immigration attorney. My question to you, counsel, is this: if you apply for your citizenship and for some unknown reason you didn't get it, can you reapply?
You can reapply. You can reapply. And there are several reasons why individuals don't get their citizenship. Oftentimes, one of the big thing is that sometimes they have some criminal offenses that is within the time frame where they shouldn't have a criminal offense when they apply. Or sometimes they change status and they did not update USCIS. Another thing is that you have a requirement within 3 months of moving. You cannot file the petition. A lot of people don't know that. So you have to wait until you meet that requirement before you apply. So they will maybe tell you like file later. Or sometimes people are waiting, like they did the test, they passed the test, but while waiting to get their date to be sworn in, they either commit a crime or they get divorced, and then they might say, no, we're not going to allow it. So they will give you a time frame to get it. Or sometimes people just can't pass the test. So after a couple of tries, they will tell you to go and apply.
What is the questions for the citizenship? What's the question I'm going to ask you? Can you tell us what the questions are going to ask?
They're very, but if you want to know the questions, there are some general and some harder questions this administration has implemented. But you could go online on YouTube and you could find study guides. You could also go on the USCIS.gov website and you could find study guides on how to study. If you know you're not one of the strongest learners, I don't want to be rude, but if you know you're not really quick with learning, I'd recommend that at the time you submit your application, just start doing little reviews, because when you do those little reviews, it adds up because you're able to retain it. Don't try to wait until the last minute to be like trying to crash, study to get all this information in. And a lot of the information is around you by watching the news, walking into buildings, you're able to see these things. So be caught up with current affairs. And also, if you're not able to, a lot of people are not able to read and write. So that is something, if you know that's a problem. If it's not a thing where you have a medical reason why, because you have people can get a doctor report to say, all right, they're not able to read and write. If that's not the case, then go do a course, like GED course or whatever, to learn how to read and write and prepare yourself to do the test. I know it's very important because, as I see with everything else, citizenship is kind of the only sure way to guarantee your status right now. Although they're going through and reviewing the U.S. citizenship applications that were approved to see if they could rescind them. But it's the best way and best protection for you and for your children, because if you're able to get your citizenship as a green card holder and you have minor children, once you become a citizen, they're able to become a U.S. citizen if they have their green card.
Yes.
All right. So you want to do that for your children.
Is there anything else you want to tell us? Because I know you have to run because you have an appointment at 8 o'clock. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Yeah, one of the most important thing is that I just want to encourage everybody, if you do qualify to be a citizen, just do a review to see if you do qualify. Because you might think you qualify and you don't. Because sometimes people will think because they have a crime, a felony 20 years ago, it's not relevant today. And because they committed a crime 10 years ago, it's not relevant today. That is not the case. So before you even apply, if you have any criminal offense, review it. And also, I've seen where people, like I've had a case come to me where an individual was married before to their prior spouse, got divorced in their home country, but they didn't follow the full procedure of divorce. But for some reason, it was missed, and he got his green card. And when he applied for citizenship, they realized the error. Because remember, with their citizenship, they're doing a more detailed
Oh,
background check. So if you think something okay, they didn't notice it, because from years ago, citizenship is kind of different. I know they have the resources, so they will do a deeper check. And if they find something amiss, then you'll end up losing your status altogether, getting deported, because they're gonna say they didn't qualify for it. So even before you do that, make sure you do a review. And if there's something in the past that you think might be an issue, whether you use somebody's name or something, before you even attempt to do it, because sometimes I recommend to individuals, don't do the citizenship. Just stay with your green card and continue. So even before you do it, have a review with an attorney. If you want to reach out to me, you could give me a call at 904-480-6612. Do a review before you submit any application, because they do a thorough background check.
Michelle,
Right.
one thing you need to do though, a little bit slower. Repeat the number again. People can write down the number for you.
I always say it fast. It's 904-480-6612. Again,
Again,
904-480-6612.
and the name of your law firm, Miss Fanger.
The Fanger Law Firm PLC.
Okay. So anybody who need an immigration lawyer, you can get in contact with Miss Fanger. The number again, please, ma'am.
It's 904-480-6612.
There you go.
904-480-6612.
I want to say thanks to Michelle Fanger from the Fanger Law Firm for coming on to speak to us about immigration. Come next week, we'll be speaking about the same immigration issue, but a more in-depth into immigration. We're going to speak some more in-depth about her and ask her some serious questions. And we're going to take some calls also. So come next week, you can get prepared to ask Ms. Fanger some questions. But the best thing for you to do for consultation, call her number and she can book on a consultation for you that you can come and sit and talk to her.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're
Have
welcome,
a wonderful
Michelle.
rest of your day, everyone. See you
Same
next
to you,
week.
Michelle. Thank you. See you
Bye.
next week. God go with you.
Bye.
There you go.
Bye.
Michelle Fanger from the Fanger Law Firm coming to speak to us about immigration and how you can go about getting your green card and your citizenship. Michelle Fanger from the Fanger Law Firm. Let's go back to what we're speaking about. We're speaking about what's going on in Jamaica. I want to play a video here for you wherein opposition spokesperson on energy, Philip Paulwell, and also George Davis of Nationwide News speak out against it too. Listen to this.
Following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
This is Philip Paulwell, Member of Parliament and Opposition Spokesperson on Energy, and I'm speaking on behalf of every Jamaican who went to bed in the dark last night. At 9:02 p.m. on Friday, June 5, 2026, this entire nation lost power. Every parish, every household, every business. The JPS confirmed a system failure was responsible, and full restoration is still ongoing. 12 hours and counting. 12 hours. Jamaicans deserved far more than a promise of patience. What happened? Was this lightning? Could it have been a cyber attack? We need answers. What makes this unacceptable is that we have been here before. After a similar island-wide outage in August 2016, a formal probe was ordered and recommendations were submitted to the Office of Utilities Regulation. 10 years on, one urgent question remains unanswered. Were those recommendations ever implemented? Jamaicans cannot be asked to simply endure darkness and move on. The OUR must account for what was done with the 2016 recommendations. If they were implemented, why are we here again? If they were not, who is responsible for that failure of oversight? I'm calling on the OUR to issue an urgent public report and on JPS to publish a full, transparent account of Friday night's failure. When will that determination be made public? Because if we are genuinely building back with resilience, last night was a complete contradiction of that claim. The cost falls hardest on ordinary Jamaicans. Businesses lost revenue, families lost food, airports were in darkness, hospitals strained under emergency conditions. This cannot become a cycle of failure, probe, silence, and repeat. Accountability is not optional. It is owed.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Opposition spokesperson on energy, Philip Paulwell, and he asked some very important questions. Was it a cyber attack? Did Jamaica came under cyber attack? Did this country came under cyber attack? That is the question. Did Jamaica came under cyber attack? Yes, they must investigate. I must allow them to investigate. But this has happened before, you know. It happened in 2026, coming on up. Go and do no research. It's not the first time this happened. Ay, boy. Sometimes you wonder, you know. I don't want to say what I really want to say, you know, but let me keep my mouth shut. Because I think they're taking the Jamaican people for a bunch of kunumuni, you know. You know that Jamaicans going to speculate. So don't have any speculation. You, as the Minister of Transportation and Mining and Energy, should have a press conference. The local dibby press conference where you have. Because I have no respect for the Jamaican people, Daryl Vaz. The local dibby press conference where you say you have. But no, this is unacceptable. Hold on there for me. But this is unacceptable. But what he said, you know, it's unacceptable as minister. It look bad on you. You take Jamaican people money and give to JPS. And the people of this country only have 20% into JPS. Why is it that those who are running JPS couldn't use their money and do it? Something that adding up here and God no like ugly. God don't like ugly. Something that adding up. I wonder if they're going to have a press conference come Wednesday. A post-cabinet press briefing according to them. You believe that a well-thinking prime minister who respects the people of this country would have called a press conference this morning or Saturday morning after you leave Leslie Campbell funeral, Prime Minister Holness? You could have called a press conference at Jamaica House. You have the capability of doing so, sir. You are the Prime Minister of this country. The chief servant of the people of this country. And you have a duty to the people of this country. You raise your salary to 300%. Taxpayer money paying you. You have a duty to the people of this country. To answer to the people of this country. Did Jamaica came under a cyber attack? Or did somebody give JPS the authority to switch the thing off? What happened? You are the Minister of Defense. You have a duty to the people of this country to tell us what happened up by Upper Camp. You are the Prime Minister of this country, sir. And we, the people, put you there. You may be answerable to some other authority. But the chief authority you're answerable to is the people of this country. You and Daryl Vaz are answerable to the Jamaican people. And I'm not going to stop talking until I hear you come out and speak about it, sir. It's the same way. I never stop talking until the DPP rule to charge that policeman for murder in Latoya Bulgen case, Buju. It can't be a 9-day wonder. It cannot be a 9-day wonder. Where the country was put in utter darkness. You know how many women could be raped in this country? You know how many young girls could be raped in this country? Because I have some child molesters who leave from overseas gone down there, you know. For some unknown reason, they go back down. And they will do things up here, but they don't do it in Jamaica. But they're secretly doing it down there. You know how many women could be raped in this country? You know how many woodlands could gun down Mas Joe and Uncle Matty? Huh? You know how many people could be raped in this country? And you hear nothing from those in who's in authority. I was told that the aircraft carrier, the ship that was in the Kingston Harbor, it left Jamaica at 12 something p.m. And Jamaica, the Jamaica Public Service Company, light went off at 7 something in the evening. Don't ask me what happened, because I don't know nothing. I mean, I speculate nothing. I don't know nothing. I am asking some questions of the Jamaican government. They need to address the people of this country. They need to address the Jamaican people and address the Jamaican people now. I want you to listen to something here. Mr. Ian Hayes from Western Westmoreland. Listen to what he says about water. Half of Jamaica is without water saving because of JPS. And the National Water Commission paid JPS $1 billion a month. Listen to this.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
This is Ian Hills, Member of Parliament for Western Westmoreland and the opposition spokesperson on water. Jamaica, we have a crisis. The recent island-wide power outage has left thousands of our fellow citizens without access to water, and this government must answer for it. Across this country, the National Water Commission treatment plants have shut down because they remain almost entirely dependent on the Jamaica Public Service grid. We saw this same devastation in Western Jamaica during Hurricane Melissa, and yet when the minister had the opportunity to act during the budget presentation, he offered this nation absolutely nothing new. It is the same old, same old. Ordinary Jamaicans are paying the price daily. This is not a minor oversight, this is a governance crisis, one that threatens public health, our tourism sector, and the daily lives of the people in communities across the island. I am therefore calling on this government to immediately implement a policy shift, moving critical infrastructure onto solar and advanced renewable technology, and deploying generators now to our tourism corridors, our residents' communities, and our most heavily populated areas also. We cannot continue to hold this nation hostage to a single point of failure. The people of Jamaica deserves better, and this opposition will not rest until they get it. This government needs to table a comprehensive energy resilience plan for the water sector within the current parliamentary session. This is Ian Hales, opposition spokesperson on water.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us.
Majority of the National Water Commission reservoir and plants and apparatus that they have is used by a generator. Are used by JPS rather. So if they don't give back, lie to some of those people. I give back power to the National Water Commission. Then they will not get any help. There's no water. And the Prime Minister of Jamaica, I heard Matthew Samuda address the situation. But the chief servant of the people of this country has not said one single word. And you have some JLP bloggers all over the place talking about 1 p.m. And we must leave Prime Minister alone and talk about PNP. Let me tell you something, This boy here, who no politician nothing. This program here is not owned by any politician, nor any political party. This program here, no PNP, no JLP, no put on my 10 bone of chicken back on fire. Now my treat in a dirty girl, tin mackerel. They don't run things over here, I run things here. When I want any piece of equipment to buy to come on air, I have to buy it out of my pocket. Or call some of the students one away and say, look, I need some help. But you have people on TikTok and YouTube that is being paid by the governing Jamaica Labour Party to spread some stupidness. There are some people who go behind a mic, don't do no research, and chat utter rubbish. My good friend Steve Hesse when I said and talking Alice down a crossroad. Remember the lady, the crab lady down a crossroad? And talking Alice. Let me make this clear. One government at a time. And the Jamaica Labour Party is the government in. That is in. So the question must be laid at the Prime Minister's feet. The Prime Minister has a duty, a solemn duty to the people of this country to address issues facing the people of this country. Why was the country in utter darkness on Friday night? That is a question that we're asking. And this Prime Minister must answer to us. Many of us believe But we mustn't ask them no question. I make something clear too now. Because someone on the voting, because on the love on the party. It's full time. Many of our people educate themselves on why they're voting. You're voting because when things like this reach us, the Prime Minister has a right and a duty, a solemn duty to the people of this country. So is the Minister of Energy, Daryl Vaz. That is why this lady here from IRFM have this to say.
Whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Get rid of a tribalism, the political tribalism. This is not a JLP.
What's up, guys? Check out the video. Check it out.
So whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Get rid of a tribalism, the political tribalism. This is not a JLP or PNP time. This is survival time. And we have to determine how we're going to survive, if we're going to thrive, and how we come out into the new world order, because we have to create our own world order, or we are going to be the very same ones who will be enslaved. Transhumanism and technocracy. Technocolonialism is what the next world order is. It means another form of slavery, and we're not prepared for it. So whoever turned off the light did that for a reason. Remember that. What caused the fire at Upper Camp, we still don't know why, but we can put 2 and 2 together. Our people were the women of the Lebombo Mountains. First of all, them turned the Lebombo Mountains into a bad word so that we will not know that the Lebombo women were the very first women of mathematics. That mathematics developed in Africa among the women of Africa who were calculating their menstrual cycle, connecting it back to the moon cycle. They lived in the Lebombo Plains on the Lebombo Mountain. And so the mathematics, the document that they found is called the Lebombo Bone. But we must not know that. We must not know that. Because if we do, we understand ourselves as creators, as innovators, as disruptors. So we have to reclaim not just our identity, but we have to reclaim our tongue, our language, our words, and let them be that which is going to guide us in this new economic world order, this new order of technocolonialism, this new order of transhumanism, this new order of technocracy, this new order of artificial intelligence, which is really anti-intelligence, anti-intelligence. And here we are. And it all goes back to who turn off the light. It don't matter what them tell us. Tomorrow morning or 30 days from now, we know why the lights were turned off. We know who turned off the light. We know who have the capability to turn off the light because they told us that they can. And don't tell us about no lightning. Our ancestors have been living with lightning for. As a matter of fact, we strike lightning. Lightning and thunder.
Hear that, guys? You don't literally hear that? Jano star.
Now, the Prime Minister need to come and let me stop speculate then. Since you don't want us to speculate, Prime Minister Holness, come and tell the people why this happened. Come and tell the Jamaican people why our park camp nearly burned down. And what my good friend there from IRFM said. Who turned off the light? What caused the light to turn off in this country? Did Jamaica came under cyber attack? Hello, please. Hello, please. Did this country came under cyber attack? Is it that the Prime Minister is waiting until he gets an up-to-date report on what really happened before he address the nation? I told you all, you know. If I was using the other stream, I would have played the song for you. I told you all on this program here. That we have some dark days ahead of us in this country. And I sing this song many times on this program. Oh, what a war situation. Weeping and wailing, lightning and thunder. Oh, what a war situation in this country. Jamaicans, I am concerned about this nation. I'm very concerned about our country, Jamaica. I am concerned about what sort of Jamaica we're going to leave behind for our children. I am very concerned, my fellow Jamaicans. And our people are being muzzled from talking. I am concerned about the future of this country and the future of our children. Because if a government cannot come clean with its people, let me rephrase this. If the Jamaican government cannot come clean to its people, then it don't make any sense for us to believe them then. I am concerned about this great nation. And many of us who live in the diaspora is concerned about our country. I want to ask this question tonight. When the light went off, did it went off on only PNP people? Huh? Answer me now. When the power went out in Jamaica, did JPS only turn off the light and PNP people munchie over TikTok? Yeah, me and your friend. Did the JPS turn off the light only and PNP people? Munchie, you must have solar system. That's the question I want to ask. That's the question I'm asking tonight. When the light went off in Jamaica, was only PNP people feel darkness, but JLP people have light? That is what I'm trying to say to you people. It is full time for us to put away these two political gangs in this country. One-eyed and Klansman. It is full time. It is full time we put away these two political diatribes in this country. One-eyed and Klansman. It cannot be that this nation, those who are in authority, refuse to answer to the people of this country. It cannot be. The Jamaica Defense Force was on fire. The whole nation and the diaspora saw that. And a few minutes after, the entire nation went in darkness. And those who are in authority can't answer to it. Because we are nobody. We are no one. Did the light went off on only PNP members, PNP people alone? You see, you know what I'm driving at? I am driving at one thing and one thing only. We are Jamaicans. The light went off on every single Jamaican. Not PNP people alone or JLP people alone. Every single one of us. JPS turned off the light pan. From Negril Point to Moran Point. From Galena Head Mountain to Drunker Head Mountain to Blue Mountain Peak. To Dolphin Head Mountain. Father. Aye, boy. Mama me, mama me, mama me, mo, mo, mo. Aisa. What a woe situation, what a woe. Weeping and wailing, lightning and thunder, what a woe. Aisa. Mama, 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 mama. I tell you something, you know. God is going to show in his appearance into this country. Ay, Jesus. Let me repeat it. Let me repeat this. The God that we call upon will show in his appearance into this country that we call Jamaica. Those who are in authority, you people are treating as if we are nothing. And somewhere I read in St. Matthew that God loves poor people. But you people who in authority believe that all on is bull duppy and duppy conqueror. And we're nothing. Good afternoon, make we talk here live. I am here looking and living, my friend.
Hey, don't make them stress you out, Jeffrey.
Stress me? Nobody not stress me out, my brother. I'm only talking.
Everything Mr. Wellness do, it's all calculated, my boss. It's all calculated. Even this Nara thing, Jeffrey.
Yes.
This thing was in the making from burial days. To move the money. So nobody can track him or for him to give account for it.
But
So
it cannot be, sir. It cannot be that billions and billions of dollars was sent to the country to help the poor people of this country, sir. From Hurricane Beryl to Hurricane Melissa. It cannot be that this Prime Minister and his technocrats holding on the money. It cannot be, sir, that this nation went into utter darkness on Friday.
But he's doing it, Jeffrey.
Hold on for me, sir. And not a word from the Prime Minister, sir.
But he's doing it. He don't care about nobody. No, Jeffrey. People are gonna really ask if this hurricane was even planned by these synagogues.
I won't go down that road, you know. I won't go down that road.
Jeffrey, look how quick they're gonna take the land from the people in disguise.
Well, if the people listen to me, you have some Jamaicans who will not sit by and have that happen, you know. My question tonight is this: how is it that the entire island went out of light? I know for a fact. Old Harbour have a power plant for me, sir. Old Harbour have a power plant. Bogue have a power plant. Ferry have a power plant. So if lightning hit, was there any severe weather over Jamaica on Friday night? Friday evening?
No, but they tell the people anything and they believe them, Jeffrey.
God help us.
They're gonna say the PM, whatever the PM said. That's law, Jeffrey. I just spoke to one of my friends in Black River. He said he went to a bar. A guy said it's the first he makes so much money.
Oh Lord. But
in Black River,
the bar makes so much money.
First he making so much money.
What kind of work he do?
Contractor work.
Oh Lord. I heard that
big move making, big move.
I heard that there's a lot of contractor work going on in St. Elizabeth, do you know?
That may I tell you, Jeffrey.
And you know here the Minister of Tourism said that he's gonna move some people from the coastline in Treasure Beach. And down there gonna have hotels and all sort of hotels. Father alone will know all about
I'm hearing too they want to make an airport to a private airport in Braze River, where the airstrip was.
The airstrip is still there.
So they're gonna make one there. So the tourism can fly in there and just go down to Black River.
We all know why they're making one down there, you know.
Yeah, cause that you know that one was the
Hi. Now go down the road there.
Yeah, cause I used to live there, Jeffrey, so me know what goes on down there. Yeah.
Hi, Jesus.
Jeffrey, Jamaica in a serious trouble and they don't even know it. And the people, Jeffrey, they're so dumb. They can't, if they know, they do. I don't want to say about them, Jeffrey, right now. The Jamaicans, not all Jamaicans, Jeffrey, but most of the Jamaicans now, anything you tell them, they believe.
You know, I said this a long time ago, you know, and I make no apology. If you put the color orange and the color green on a donkey during the election, they vote for them. If a white man come from the United States and say running, then vote for him. All right.
But Jeffrey, what I'm saying, if this man gets so much money, Jeffrey, housing trust money, and still have $19 billion left that he don't spend, Jeffrey, and still go in there for more, Jeffrey.
Listen to me. I've been asking questions, you know. The Jamaican people can put a civil lawsuit against the government about NHT, you know. The contributors of NHT, both in Jamaica and overseas, the contributors of NHT can put a lawsuit against the government of Jamaica, telling them they can't do any more about it. They have to stop it. But you know what happened to me? Our party in the power left them alone because PNP do it too.
The biggest thing what they did, Jeffrey, is give them that big raise for them to keep their mouth quiet from both parties, PNP and JLP.
Me not blame them.
You hear me?
They should have give them 500% increase.
And nobody make a roar about it, Jeffrey. Nobody making a roar about it. Nobody make no roar about it, Jeffrey. Nobody. Everybody just keep quiet. Teachers still can't get paid. Jeffrey, everything this man do is calculated. Everything. I have to give him his his props,
Hello.
Jeffrey.
Hold on there for me. Andrew Michael Holness is the greatest prime minister since independent Jamaica.
Yeah, give it to him.
And who won Bex tonight, Bex? Andrew Michael Holness is the greatest prime minister since independent Jamaica. And one of the most corrupt prime ministers since independent Jamaica.
And nobody can hold him accountable. Nobody. No, Jeffrey, he don't answer to nobody, Jeffrey.
I don't blame him.
Even though Mark Gold and them is in the party trying to do this and do that and do this, nothing those talks.
What can they do, sir?
They can't do nothing.
Okay. The buck stop with the Jamaican people, sir. The buck
They can't do nothing, Jeffrey.
The buck stop with the Jamaican people, sir. They are the one who have the authority to do something, sir. And they don't want to do it.
But Jeffrey, I'm still wondering how cruel can this man be, Jeffrey, to get so much money
Listen
and
to
have
me.
the people them suffering, Jeffrey.
Listen to me. Listen
What
to
kind
me.
of heart can
Let
you
me
have?
say something to you, sir. I say it already and I say it again. I'm going to add something else to it too. Andrew Michael Holness is the greatest prime minister this country have ever seen since independent Jamaica. And he's one of the most corrupt prime minister in the history of this country since independent Jamaica. And the prime minister of this country realized that the Jamaican people only love to chat. They don't act. And it's always a 9-day wonder for all of us. So what Andrew is doing, he shall suck us dry like ticks.
Jeffrey,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to say where we're going right now. Because where we're going right now,
I mean,
he ain't looking good.
We're going on the road to prosperity.
Jeffrey, where?
How you mean where?
Huh?
How you mean where? You know see what's going on in Jamaica? The
Jeffrey.
building roads, the building high-rise building, prosperity is in the country, man. I only win the dice for chatting pay damn nonsense. Everything is alright down there.
But question, Jeffrey, how much are the poor people can own a home down there at this moment, Jeffrey?
How you mean poor people? There's no poor in Jamaica. Rich people down there.
Jesus. Let me tell you, Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Holness is the most, I just say he's the most, when I say corrupt, you just say the most conniving PM Jamaica ever see. The housing trust money, we get to build a house for the poor people, Jeffrey. Build one house, take picture of it.
The two political parties is to blame for raping NHD. Hear me? The two political party has their hand in NHD money when they're in power. No better barrel, no better herring. And the Jamaican people sit down and accept it, sir.
And don't do nothing about it.
There you go. And that is why I will say this again. Andrew Michael Holness is the greatest prime minister since independence Jamaica. And one of the most corrupt prime ministers since independence Jamaica.
And if you call election tomorrow, Jeffrey, win again.
Mark my word. If Andrew Holness should call election tomorrow morning, the Jamaica Liberal Party going back in. Because you know why? The Jamaican people don't go vote. They don't believe in voting. But they believe in handout.
But Jeffrey, how can even the PNP win when electoral office is in Andrew Holness?
The electoral office of Jamaica. Hold on for me. I'm going to history about them. I'm going to history. The electoral office have always been in the office of the Prime Minister, sir. When Siaga was in the office of the Prime Minister, Michael Manley, Bruce Golding, PJ Patterson, Portia Simpson Miller. It has nothing to do with the election, sir. I've always been in there. And the two political parties by vote in this country.
Why only buy more, Jeffrey?
The two of them by vote. Who have anybody who have the most money? Well, them spend the most money to get vote.
Them win.
Yes.
Ooh. Jeffrey, me only can hope for the best for Jamaica people. We just need one person to come, Jeffrey, and just say
one person like
then
who?
I'm just anybody, Jeffrey, any third party,
No,
anybody, Jeffrey. Just...
Look how much third party in Jamaica. The time has come, sir, for we the people, sir, to get up, sir. The change that we seek in this country, sir, will never come from the two political parties, sir.
Somebody have to rule, Jeffrey. Who's going to rule the country?
Well, I don't know who not do it, you know. But one thing me know. One thing I can tell you.
Jeffrey owned them, said Jeffrey. All of them is getting funded from the PSOJ, big guys them. So whatever they tell them to do to enslave the people, them, Jeffrey, that's what they're gonna do.
Why everybody blaming the PIOJ when they want to call it? Don't blame them alone, sir. Don't blame them alone at all, sir. Blame we. If we don't put them there, sir, they can't do nothing, sir.
So that's what I'm saying. We need somebody. When we put them there, Jeffrey, they don't answer to the big guys, answer to the poor people of Jamaica.
It has nothing to do with that, sir. What I'm trying to say to you, if we the people of this country, sir, are so silent, what's gonna happen? Okay.
We just need to wake up in Jamaica. Jamaica need to wake up, though. They need to wake up. This lovey-dovey thing and the laughy thing with them. That ain't taking Jamaica nowhere right now as we speak. Bob Marley said total destruction is the only solution.
Let me tell you something, you know. Let me tell you something. You remember when in the 1990s, PJ Patterson put on $10 upon gas.
One place burned down.
Okay. Me not inciting any riot or telling anybody for doing a riot, you know. I'm just showing you all something. That back in the days, the Jamaican people had enough of certain things and they do it. Now, we have some jellyback people according to Bishop Dalford Davis' wife. She don't want no jellyback man. We have some jellyback people in this country, sir.
Well, Jeffrey, we all can wish them luck, you know, and talk. But Jeffrey, if they're not listening to us or you guys while you guys talking, giving them the facts, I don't know what's gonna happen, Jeffrey. Just to be honest with you, I don't know. Just gotta hope for the best for Jamaica.
Well,
that's all we gotta do, you know?
Let us see if the people will get up, sir. Let us see if this what happened on Friday night, sir. Will it ignite the people of our country to stand up and ask questions, sir?
Ask what kind of question, Jeffrey. People and get back there like Jeffrey. Them busy nothing. They not Jeffrey.
All right, there you go.
This is a different. This is not the 80s and 90s, Jeffrey. Once they can go on TikTok and you can send them one heart or one lion, Jeffrey. They ain't good to go. You know what?
So hold on, ask a question. How TikTok work? On not send me no money gun pan TikTok and what they call it heart and lion. I say go. Come on, man.
Yeah, they
send me some goes and
Jeffrey.
gun on TikTok. No. Like up the feet on TikTok. Now send me some heart gun and money. I say they call it money gun and sitting there.
I don't even know. Me them talk about lion and all these things. I don't know. And snake and cat.
Jesus.
And alligator. I don't know our cow. I don't know they are goat, our sheep. I don't know. That's all these people want, Jeffrey. That's all. Light come back. Oh yeah, light come. Remember when you're pretty growing up, Jeffrey? and current gone and he come back.
Hold
He
on.
jump up and say, hey, light come back,
Hold on for me,
hey,
sir.
light come back.
Hold on for me, sir. Continue talking for me. I have to turn off something. Continue talking for me, please. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, man. That's how you go, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, this place is, I don't know what, Jeffrey. I don't know what we Jamaicans are doing right now. We need to wise up, wake up. Jamaica can't be sleeping for so long. Jamaicans, you guys need to read. Stop let them come telling you all this bull crap and the media. Economy is doing well, economy is growing, economy is that. And you're borrowing money. And I'm hearing people come celebrating. Oh, Jamaica getting how much loan to borrow, celebrating it. Come on, guys, we can't celebrate loan. Somebody have to pay it back. And for this government to borrow so much money with Naira, with nobody gonna hold them accountable, is ridiculous. We gotta pay it back while they get richer. We gotta pay it back. And we're gonna say, oh, leave the PM alone. He's trusted. Oh yeah, he's trusted, but that's money. That's our money. Nobody opposed him from getting Nara on board, and I would never oppose something like that. But at least, man, come on, be held accountable if something wrong. There have to be somebody held accountable. Somebody have to go to jail for that.
Let me tell you something, sir. You will never live long enough to see a politician in Jamaica go to prison. No, hello, I'm not going to talk about no Jack Smith, you know. Because Jack Smith days gone and done with. I'm talking about now.
Tough than need to go to jail too.
That will never happen.
$2 million gone to $22 billion. Huh?
That will never happen. That not gonna happen.
And nobody stepping down. Royal Reid, how much years now in case I go on?
And if it was according to my mentor, the late Wilmot Mutty Perkins, if it was a dirty foot chose his boy from down across with him gone to jail long time.
Long time, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jamaica. Each money these guys take for themselves and for their cronies is making Jamaica poorer and poorer. It could buy some beds for the hospital, guys. Stop saying that PNP did do it too. Held the government now accountable. If PNP go in there, held them accountable as well. Send them to jail as well.
That is why people don't understand me or Wilfred Rattigan, you know. If the People's National Party gains state power in the next 5 years, when election is called, and they're going out with a shibangarang, I will be the first person coming on this program. Come burn them out. This program is not a PNP or JLP program, or a UIC, or a Never Dare Move. This program belongs to the people of Jamaica and the Caribbean.
And Jeffrey, I stand with you guys for that. When PNP do wrong, call them out, Jeffrey.
So when people who want to call me, nothing to me. I know what I stand for. I stand for Jamaica. I stand for the people of this country. I don't stand for no political party. And I keep on saying to the Jamaican people, when the people of Norway or the people of England, London, England, go out on the streets, you believe they go out on the street as any Labour Party member or any Conservative member? They go out there as people who born and grow in London. England come first for them. But the Jamaican people have this stupid thing.
Party.
Me a die hearted this or die hearted that. If you cut me up, you see orange. You ever see orange blood yet? Or green blood yet? We fool not duck in this country. That is why I don't blame Andrew. Suck us dry like ticks. Suck every blood out of way. From 1962, we have been swapping black dog for monkey in this country. And from 1962, if we should check, the amount of mismanagement of money, the cost overrun of government buildings in this country. If we should check all of those money, that money have been robbed in this country. My God Almighty help us.
Jeffrey, when me hear a couple months ago that one man rent a building from one man, we have no light, no water, nothing, Jeffrey. For $400 million, Jeffrey.
Yeah, hello.
One day talk, Jeffrey.
You think I know this one? This has been going on in this country under the two political party.
And Jeffrey, and that's why they can't come out strong and say, listen me, we not go back in our house until he go to jail or somebody go to jail or something, Jeffrey.
But what I'm going to ask that question, sir. If Mocha don't see nothing for charge the Prime Minister for, why don't not charge the Prime Minister for, sir? If the Mocha don't see nothing for charge Tufton for, why don't not charge Tufton for? I don't understand we people in this country, sir. They can't charge him for nothing, sir. What are they not for charge him for? No Royal Reed now. Royal Reed is a different kettle of fish. Royal Reed should go to prison. Royal Reed should go to prison.
Can't be charged.
But we are dragging our foot in this country. Because our justice system is for the people of the Vumbava and the Vumbavi. Not the people.
Jeffrey, one question to you, sir.
Go ahead.
The SSL report that Jamaica pay how much $1 million for, right?
Mm.
And also the
FinSac report.
The FinSac report, we pay how much $1 million for. Do you think it's right if we pay for it as taxpayers, Jeffrey? Don't you think it's right for it to be published since we paid for it, Jeffrey?
Of course, they should publish it. The FinSac report should be published, but you know why they can't publish it, sir? Because the two political parties have people who are involved in it, sir. That is the reason why they can't publish FinSac report, you know. The two political parties have people who is involved in FinSac. But the Jamaica Labour Party don't want to do it. Because it has some hierarchy members, some former members of the JLP. In those days, they're involved in FinSac. A well-known Jamaican politician who loved to dance. Him involved in a FinSac, to me not call on him.
Andrew, run go do it now and think say it was all about PNP and when he really realize who are them in a hit. Can't release it.
And it will never be released.
What about FinSac, Jeffrey? What about SSL case? Cold case, Jeffrey.
Hello, let me ask you a question. In which modern democracy, sir, you bring in some people, you believe that this was the great United States, the people of SSL who is charged, we don't get station bails, huh? Only in Jamaica. Only in
Jeffrey.
Jamaica. And hold on there. The same people that charge and give them station bail. Long after that, the JCF come and tell the nation that they find some gun and ammunition in one of the SSL owner's house. Was he charged for that? No. Yes, you understand the level of corruption and nepotism and cronyism in this country, sir?
But what I make Jeffrey, what I make you want is corruption. You remember the little guy who died, who did die in Montego Bay, Jeffrey? The Issa
so they say.
Where so then say the with the
so then say I can't prove it. So then say.
Well, I know Jeffrey, and then say phone for open and all them something, Jeffrey. What that the case is jail, not true.
You look so.
His superintendent come and say he must get to the bottom of it, Jeffrey.
Then of course you get to the bottom of it.
Well, I know. One tea soup, Jeffrey. Me say they move him, came all the way gone a bush.
And then of course they get to the bottom of it. I mean, I tell you something, sir. The country is so corrupt. It's unbelievable. And I will say it again. Andrew Holness is one of the greatest prime ministers this country have ever seen since independent Jamaica. And the Holness administration is one of the most corrupt institutions since independent Jamaica. I have seen corruption in the 1990s under PJ Patterson. Don't get me wrong. And who want Bex tonight, Bex? I really don't care. I have seen corruption in this country in the 1990s. But not like this. You see some blatant thiefness going on in this country. Hello? Look like he's gone. In the palm mute, man. You mute yourself. You mute yourself, man.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey.
So
Jeffrey in the pretty.
But sir, as we have to go now, sir, I'm gonna tell you something. The people of Jamaica, sir, they want to be blamed for all of this, because we sit down, sir, and we keep on accepting what they give to us, sir. And I said it on I said it on a video clipping I did this morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. I did the video clipping. I didn't know it was gonna go viral.
I saw it. I like it.
I
and share
said
it too.
to the people of this country that if you don't respect yourself, don't expect the leaders of this country to respect us. And I keep on saying this again on this program here. The change that we seek as a people will never come from the two political parties. It will come from we the people. We the Jamaican people are seeking the change that we want. So we have to be the change. Okay?
That's true, Jeffrey. So true.
So who don't want to see what we are seeing, then something's wrong with our eyes. And as I said to my good friend Wilfred Rattigan, obviously there's nothing wrong with Jamaica. Only we believe that there's something wrong with Jamaica. In which modern democracy can the light and power company turn off light for how many hours? And you hear nothing from the Jamaican people about it? You hear nothing from the Prime Minister about it? In which modern democracy can this happen, sir? Huh? In which modern democracy can this happen?
None. None.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you very much for calling in. There you go. Hello, good night, make we talk.
Yeah, for it.
Yes, sir.
I keep saying Andrew is the greatest prime minister ever since independence. You mean the greatest con man? He hasn't built a hospital. He hasn't built a school.
Let me repeat myself to you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Michael Brogard Holness
Uh-huh.
is the greatest prime minister since independent Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
The Holness administration is one of the most corrupt political administration in the history of this country since independent Jamaica.
I like that. Yeah, I like the sound of the last one, the last part of the statement.
Then
the most corrupt.
Hold on now. Yeah, you have to use sarcasm sometime,
Yeah, but the average imbecile won't pick up the irony in your conversation.
Oh.
You understand me? Them feel perturbed when a man like Jeffrey, who are defend the working poor in Jamaica, can declare that a con man is the greatest prime minister. Or that coming at the back of the bed. But it goes to the irony in it. A man from a one-room board house become a billionaire. I never work at 95 in my whole life.
What you mean?
You know?
How you mean the man never work? The man work hard in the same job when they do.
Well, I know you're poetic,
What wrong with you? He's a hard-working prime minister and working like Mama P used to work.
Yeah, get up 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock a morning and a solicit vote. I understand. You know? I understand. You know? Well, Jeffrey, you said the people of the country still, you know, the people of the country are so burdened with poverty and hopelessness right now, boy. I mean, I tell you, it's hard for them. Come out and say.
Let me ask that question, sir. Let me ask you this question. You are telling me that the people are burdened down with hardship and poverty. That they are afraid to come out and talk, sir?
Jeffrey, if you allow me, listen, there was a MP in Portland who was murdered. And the accused killer was so poor, was so destitute. But a high-power lawyer was assigned to defend him. At the circuit hearing, the accused killer disappeared. And the police didn't come out and tell you that this man is missing or this man is wanted. It is silent. And the opposition PNP, of whom the deceased was a member, didn't come out or even utter anything concerning that. They are silent too. Jeffrey, it really is an abomination right now. I tell you, brother. Trust me. No wonder 2/3 of the electorate no participate in the election, you know, brother. They can't convince 2/3 of the population to participate, because 2/3 of the population believe the PNP and the JP converge at certain points in our political history, brother.
You know something, sir? I think the Jamaican people do not see who to vote for or what to vote for anymore. You know?
Yo, I agree with you, brother. I agree with you.
I think the people of this country have reached a point, sir, that these two diatribes, Mark Golden has never become prime minister before in this country, and I believe he'll be a great prime minister if he become prime minister. But at the end of the day, sir, I think the Jamaican people have reached a point where they're tired of the two political tracks.
Yo, I tell you that, and you have some fanatics. I love the PNP, but he's not a fanatic. Anytime they make misstep, I bash them. I'm the business. I'm not beg them nothing. Anytime they misstep, I bash them. I beg the PNP shit. And I hear the opposition leader on a talking program, Portland Spice. And the question was, when are you going to hit the street? And his feeble response was, are you going to join me on the street? What kind of feeble response that?
No. The opposition leader have a right to ask that.
Jeffrey.
No, hold on.
Allow me. Just a second.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
When they have the protests the other day in a hero circle.
Yes.
How many Jamaicans were out there?
Listen. Jamaicans were a few. The prime minister mobilized more people to oppose the main idea of the maker of that demonstration by coming out and telling people them say, yo, me form a counter demonstration, and that intimidate the people. But remember when Mark Golden get this in the house and he come up on the roadside with him 14 members and then stage a demonstration. You remember that day? Him finishing presentation on the roadside.
Hold on there, sir.
Yeah.
I agree what you're saying. When Mr. Golden came out in front of the parliament and next to the parliament, the people's parliament, sir. How many Jamaicans are out there with him, sir?
Jeffrey, a few.
Okay.
But him come out, him have the courage to come out.
Hold on there now. When Mr. Golden said on Portland Spice TV, are you going to join me? He has a right to ask a question, sir.
Well, you have a point there, Sir Jeffrey.
Because
but that response is not good enough.
The way I want him to do.
Jeffrey, tactically, You couldn't say we are in the process to mobilize something like that. Even drive skiing at the opposition, brother. 470,000 people vote for you. You mean you can't mobilize 100,000 people?
Let me say something to you, sir. Let me say something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, you know. I agree in what you're saying. But what I'm trying to show to you, sir, it should not take the opposition to collect the people to go out there, sir. It should not, sir. The Jamaican people, hold on for me. The Jamaican people, sir, should mobilize themselves and go out there.
Jeffrey, with due respect, you know, Jeffrey, I can't imagine the people that come out on their own volition to deal with political issues.
Let me ask you this question. There's a mass protest going on in a country right now about some beach. You believe the opposition,
yes.
you believe the opposition behind that?
Yes, man.
No. What I'm trying to say to you people, a full time put away PNP and JLP and got away yourself, you know.
In Sri Lanka, you always mention that. In Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh.
When the people of Sri Lanka had enough of the Guptas, it wasn't opposition people went out there. It was the people of Sri Lanka.
Let me get a secret. 1996, 97. I was working with Power, Pan American Health, and we had to do some work in a jungle. We have changed out some pipeline from Calisby Drive to West Street. And let me tell you something. At the first, me I realized how jungle itself had an NGO by the name of Vision. An NGO by the name of Vision. And let me tell you something. Me believe the NGO they're still in that jungle. In 96, 97, we used to stay in that jungle. I do some work. And the Vision was an NGO. I tell me, say you have NGOs associated with politicians, brother.
Hold on. Let's talk about NGO. Hold on there. You know, you call me all the time. I'm going to try to explain something to you, sir. It should not have to take an opposition party, sir, to mobilize anybody in the country, sir.
Well, stick to your point in the boss.
The people of the country, sir.
That.
Hold on now. The people of the country, sir, can mobilize themselves, sir. When the people of Sri Lanka feel the hardship, what did they do? They mobilize themselves.
They take to the street, right? Yeah.
Peacefully. So why is it that we must wait on a PNP to take to the streets, sir?
You have a latent and a politics behind the scene, brother.
Sure.
Always believe you have a latent and a scene.
Whatever you want to believe, sir. My point is this. It should not be any opposition party to mobilize anybody.
All right, Jeffrey.
Should not be.
All right, Jeffrey. All right.
If you are facing hardship, you are facing hardship. But don't fail to understand, you know. When Parliament done, you know, who gonna run back us and pay them and lick glass and drink rum, you know? Don't fail to understand that.
It's all right. You have your opinion, Jeffrey. And you have the power. You have the power right now.
What power me have?
Well, what I mean, you have a footprint in the media right now, no, Jeffrey. Are you near where your name is?
No,
you have a footprint in that. Come on,
no, sir,
you have a footprint.
No, sir. I'm just a normal person, sir.
Jeffrey,
yes,
you have a footprint in the media, man.
Is that so?
The algorithm might say you have 400 people, but after the program done, I check the algorithm and 9,000 and 8,000 people listen to you.
Is that so?
I mean, Friday, when we check the algorithm, 8,000 people tuned into the program.
Oh Lord.
So why you tell me say you have a media footprint? You have a footprint? You have a media footprint, Jeffrey? I look at man like me right up on the outskirts of voice and opinion. It's just like that. But you have a footprint out there, brother. Yeah, man. Jeffrey, let me tell you something. I see. I hear you defend. I defend the opposition.
No. And I defend a soul.
No, what may I tell you, sir, brother? We need more radicalism in our opposition right now in Jamaica, brother. No, the time for it, brother.
So what I am saying to you, sir, the people of Jamaica is facing some problems, sir. Beryl came, government sit down for money.
Melissa,
hold on for a minute. Melissa came, government sit down for money. You seeing the Jamaicans sitting to the street, sir?
Yo, may I tell you.
So why should they?
You understand, you know, why them preach gender equality, gender neutrality in our country, you know?
Hold on. Why should they? Why should the opposition party now decide to go out there because Andrew hang on for money? You believe any member of the opposition having a problem?
With a lockdown the country, brother. That Naira bill where them push to, man, it laced with potential for corruption, brother. Trust me, man. And I borrowed money, your grandpitney, your great-grandpitney have got people that the money.
Hold on, my friend. Is the Jamaican people doing anything about it? Is the Jamaican people doing anything about the Naira bill? Is the Jamaican people doing anything about the money that Andrew hang on from Melissa and Beryl?
Civil society voice some opposition to it. The PISOGF voice some opposition to it.
Is the Jamaican people doing anything about it, sir?
Jeffrey, my heart to imagine the lumpen volunteers that organize themselves and I take to the street without direction.
So hold on.
Without leadership.
Did anybody direct them to go out there when cartel free?
Listen.
Answer the question.
Cartel, no, but listen, that's a totally different scenario. No?
Hold on. Did anybody direct them when cartel first got himself in it? Just said cartel get himself in trouble. Did anybody direct them to go out there for free war, boss?
Ready.
Answer the question, man.
No.
Okay.
No.
So why should somebody direct them now?
That's a different situation.
No. If you are facing the pans of hell, you don't have no roof over your head. You don't have no food for yam. A pay tarpaulin and live under. You know for a fact the government have money. And you must sit down for somebody come mobilize to help you. We're sick as hell in this country.
384 people slaughtered by the police last year.
Anybody
384 people.
Anybody take to the streets for that?
Jamaica for Justice. Mobilize people on the street. Jeffrey, give me a chance. Jamaica for Justice mobilize people to leak out against police extrajudicial killing.
Anyway.
And the Prime Minister get up and say he must stage a counter protest. Okay. And with the Prime Minister do now, I go from parish to parish and I talk to some militiaman with gun and badge.
No. Hold on. Don't come on the program with that. I have no proof of that. Don't do that.
Well, what do you mean? You don't have proof of what?
I have no proof that the Prime Minister go to nobody for no militia go whatever.
No, you listen to me. Listen to me before you misconstrue what I said.
No.
Listen, let me repeat myself. Let me repeat myself.
Hold on.
Let me repeat myself.
Hello. Hold on a minute.
Militiaman, I say, Jeffrey. Militiaman.
Can you hold a minute?
Uh-huh.
I have no proof that he did that, sir. Hold on a minute for me. I have opposition spokesperson national security waiting in its.
Yeah, let me listen to him. I mentioned about the MP of Portland where he will lose his life. Coming here, the opposition spokesman said nothing about that. And you promise to say you don't ask him about that.
Then what can Mr. Fitz Jackson do about that, sir?
Voice of concern, me create here.
All right, sir.
All right. All right.
Okay, man. Member Jackson, welcome to the program, sir.
Mr. Jeffrey, good evening to your listeners.
How are you doing? Despite everything else?
A little bit of challenges, but overcoming them.
Okay. I hope you went, I asked you the question, I hope you went to the person there to get some help, do you know?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Good. Well, as I say, everything is everything.
All right.
But everything can get better.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have joining us opposition spokesperson and national security member Fitz Jackson. Member Jackson, welcome to the Make We Talk program once more, sir. Jamaicans in the diaspora and around the world is asking questions about the FLA. But before we touch the FLA, sir, your take on the whole thing of Jamaica went dark Friday night, pitch black.
I think the answers are yet to emerge. there are some responses given, and I believe even in the formal responses given, there's a bit of unknown. We hear about is it what do you call it there, strikes or occurring around. Yes, but are they the real reasons? I don't know, and I don't want to speculate. But what I can say is that, you know, one of the sorry about that. One of the challenges we face as a country is when the authorities of the country become untrustworthy, which is very unfortunate. Then anything it says is in doubt and in question. And I believe that's when a government loses moral authority to govern. There's a thing called Pyrrhic victory. You can hold the office, but you hold no trust, or you hold insufficient trust that can command the respect and the confidence of the people. And I think that's what we are going through, a high degree of low trust. In many parts of the country, but in particular the government. There are many people who don't even want to listen to what the government has to say, much more to even believe what is said. So that's part of the challenge that we face.
You know, Member Jackson, I want to switch over to what I want you to come and talk about, but I want to say this to you. When the Minister of Energy told the people of the country that he is going to have a press conference, sir, in the morning, Saturday morning, there was no press conference. Then somebody came out again and said, going to have a press conference at 3 o'clock. I saw the minister at a funeral at 3 o'clock. You thought the press conference would be on PBCJ or JS. You know where I saw the press conference, Member Jackson? On the minister's Facebook page. But the camera turned upside down. You ever said like this to see me? I called somebody who he knows and I said, listen to me, tell the minister that nobody can see him. We want to hear in the audio, we cannot see what is going on. In less than 2 minutes, Member Jackson, the live feed was cut off. Nothing from the live feed. And one would have believed, Member Jackson, that an incident that happened in the country, sir. You hear nothing from the Prime Minister of the country, sir? Not a word from the Prime Minister?
Sense of accountability or having a sense of duty or responsibility to, one, find out what the facts are, and to, in a timely way, keep the country apprised, updated, and what is happening. Because as has been said by many, including our spokesperson, you can't run a country where the uncertainty as to what will happen or likely to happen prevails. Everybody in their private lives, in business, needs a high level of predictability as to what will happen and what will not happen. And there we go, we see a demonstration of that. And in many other areas of government, Sir Jeffrey, that we don't feel that the government fully has its fingers on the pulse of the country, the things that makes it ticks, the things that cause it to go on, so that whenever anything untoward is happening, you can be aware, make the kind of intervention that is necessary, again, to ensure greater level of predictability and the avoidance as much as possible of disruptions. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you if you're hearing me.
Member Jack, I'm hearing you. I had mute the mic for you to talk. As we segue into the whole thing with the FLA, the Licensed Firearm Authority, what is really going on in that authority, in that department, sir? What is really going on?
Just before I answer your last caller, I'd ask you to ask me a question, and I'll just answer it in passing about a former member of Parliament, Dr. Bloomfield, who was murdered in Portland and what has happened. Just to let your caller know, I have personally raised it in my last face-to-face meeting with the commissioner. He promised to give me an update 2 months ago now, and I've not got that update. Among other things, the former councillor of the Southborough Division in Portmore, adjacent to my own constituency, who was murdered while in office. No one has been arrested. No one has been charged. And of course, the one in the case of Dr. Bloomfield is even more ridiculous. The gentleman who was detained and on a trial just disappeared out of police control, and we hear nothing further. And of course, immediately after there was a by-election, the GLP won the seat, and the rest is history as to what transpired 2 elections thereafter. So I just want to put that aside. Now, the question of the FLA, as we have said, true statements that I have issued, interviews I have given, statement by my colleague spokesperson, Zulika Jess, where we call for the immediate removal of the CEO, under whose watch those awful occurrences took place, where huge amount of ammunition can't be accounted for, dead people being inventoried as applicants and beneficiary of ammunition, the travesty that has prevailed. And I think I said then, and I repeat now, no civilized society could have an incumbent remain in office in those circumstances. And the first thing to do is for that person to demit office, and if not demit on its own volition, the minister in charge to have him removed. That's the first step. But you need to then have a thorough and independent investigation. It can't be the board that leads that investigation, because it's under the current board that the CEO, all those things happen. And we are yet to learn of any steps that the board has taken. And what has to be considered too is whether or not the board went to sleep amidst all that was happening. But those are the immediate first steps. And we don't want to run down the line about 1,000,001 things to do when the first and most important ones are not addressed.
Member Jackson, I want to play a video of a statement that you put out, sir. I want you to listen to this.
Sure.
For the members, for the students in the chat room and Jamaicans around the world who didn't hear it. I want them to listen to what you said.
Thank you.
I am Fitz Jackson, the parliamentary opposition spokesperson on national security.
The findings in the Integrity Commission's report on the FLA are deeply troubling. The investigation confirms a fundamental breakdown of law, of order, and public trust at the very agency responsible for regulating deadly weapons in Jamaica. No head of entity, in this case the CEO, who presides over falsified records, missing ammunition, and conveniently destroyed evidence can remain in place for another day. The reflex response to the prevailing debacle at the FLA by Minister Chan, that the FLA is tightening its procedures, is plainly not enough. Any attempt by this government to protect and preserve the CEO in his post will only serve to signal their own complicity in these confirmed failures that impacts the security of every single Jamaican. The People's National Party demands a full, independent investigation and that the findings be made public. Public trust cannot be sacrificed for the loyalty of any individual, whoever that person happens to be. In light of what we now know, the CEO, Mr. Daryl, ought to and must resign now.
You know, Member Jackson, There has been issues facing the licensed firearm authority for many years in this country, sir. And one would have hoped that all of this would have ironed out and, we have a good FLA going on. More than you hear some shibangarang going on in the FLA, sir. You believe that he's going to resign, sir?
I'm reluctant in wanting to believe that the right thing will not prevail. I don't want to believe that. But you made a point a few minutes ago with your previous caller. And the truth of the matter, Jeffrey, one of the sad state of affairs in our country is that too many of us are contented with just muttering what is wrong, but not prepared to stand up and fight for what is right. And I have learned from early stages of my life, those who oppress you did not oppress you accidentally or coincidentally. When they do so consciously and deliberately, they will not cease to do so because they are beneficiaries of those actions unless they are disrupted. And yes, like your caller before, I heard said, we should take, what actions are we taking the opposition? Anywhere in the world you go, opposition party has to be seized of the readiness of persons not only to speak about doing something, but ready to do something. Put it bluntly, Jeffrey, I tell my people in my own constituency on the ground, a general can't fight a war by himself, have a fight with troops. Troops are willing to take the field. Right? Are we ready to take the field? Well, that's an assessment and that's a judgment call. And at the right time, when that assessment is made and the results so indicate, I can assure you that the People's National Party will act accordingly. One of the evidence of this, with the level of corruption, the level of sufferation that people experience going into September 2025, we end up not with an outpouring of support for a particular government, but a reluctance of people to express their dissatisfaction. And you saw it in the voter turnout. That is enough evidence, not opinion, not a thought, that we can argue back and forth who wrong and who right. The difference between opinion polls and election is that it measures what actually happens.
Yes.
So yes, we do have a minority government in Jamaica, where a small number of voters have said, yes, it's the government we want. I want to argue and say, well, let's say we should not be the party in government. That is a fact. But there's other issues relating to that which I won't delve in now. But the fact that as a country and as a people, we need to be more deliberate and ready to protect what is ours. And you asked a good question earlier on. It's not that we can't act. It's what we choose to act for. What we choose to act for. There was no call to action for certain things, but people act because of what they believe in and want to do. And I believe that, when good people sit by and do nothing, that's when evil men prevail. And we have heard that worded a different way, said decades before me, but they were true then as they are now, and they will always remain. So we have to keep plodding along. We have to keep pushing along. And we, as an opposition, parliamentary opposition, you know, I tell you the truth, I'm kind of reluctant to use the word opposition, you know, because we are not opposing, but we are proposing. And we are for things, not opposing things. We are for what is right, what is good in the country. So we have more consider ourselves progressive people rather than an opposing team. That is my own personal contention.
For those
but to come back to the subject you raise, Jeffrey, about the FLA, it is serious. It is serious. And it is serious in the midst of rampant corruption in the country. It is serious when you have high levels of murders, right? When you have high levels of questionable shootings in the country, it is serious. And it's not something that we should just fan aside. You know, again, one of the challenges that I see we face, and I'm trying to grapple with, is that so long as something is not immediately affecting us, for many people it's not a crisis, it's not a problem until it comes close to home. And then we get up all of a sudden and ask what the government is doing, and even what is the opposition doing. But in that famous quote from John F. Kennedy, you know, ask yourself, what are you doing? I have to ask myself that question too. I try to do that every day. And are we doing the doable things? Are we refraining and come up with some plausible or seemingly plausible explanation why we are not? You know, one of the things I find amazing about my fellow Jamaicans, you know, we are very eloquent in justifying not doing anything, you know. Very, very eloquent. At least persons like yourself will come out front and voice your position on certain matters. Many people do it hide behind the microphone. At least you come out front on the camera and voice your position. So you convey to the country where discontent is. And even towards informing the government that, you know, you're not doing things so well, with a view to having a change.
Member Jackson, let me say this to you, sir. You hearing me?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Let me say this to you, Member Jackson. I grew up in a political home in Westmoreland. And I'm pretty much sure you know the people who I grew up with. The former Custis, the late Custis of the parish of Westmoreland. James Thompson.
Yes.
That's where I grew up. And in high school, I developed a love for politics. Because I used to love to listen to Michael Mann's speech and so forth. Why I go in that road, Member Jackson, is this. I cannot stand by. I refuse to stand by and see what is going on in this country and don't say anything. I know sometimes people say to me, Jeffrey, no, be careful what you're doing. But I know the Bible says you must be very wise when you're doing stuff. I serve an awesome God. And I've never seen, in all my 50-something years on this earth, I've never seen the level of corruption and nepotism that's going on in this country right now. And you hear nothing about it. People will speak out and little people speak out and that's it. But those who need to speak out will never speak out. I want to play a video here for you, Member Jackson, that was done by Television Jamaica about the FLA. Listen to this video here.
First up this evening, the Integrity Commission's report on its findings into the operations of the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, was tabled in Parliament on Tuesday.
The investigation, which spanned several years, examined allegations of mismanagement, oversight failures, and other concerns within the agency.
We have the details in this report.
A major investigation into Jamaica's Firearm Licensing Authority has uncovered accountability gaps, missing ammunition, and irregularities in its licensing system. The findings are contained in an investigation report compiled by the Integrity Commission. The probe, which began in 2021, examined allegations of corruption, improper licensing practices, and weaknesses in how firearms and ammunition are stored. Investigators found that while no firearms earmarked for destruction were missing, at least 190 rounds of .22 ammunition could not be accounted for at the authority's main vault. The report also...
From me now, Member Jackson. Come on. One would have believed that when it comes on to ammunition, it's secured properly. Your take on that, Member Jackson?
You know, you don't need an interpreter to, that the management is woefully poor. And the point I made in the release is that the FLA, I believe, has some similarity to a surgeon in an operating theater, where you are required to be precise, to be accurate all the time, because it's life and death. And you need competence in that operating theater, because any slip or any improper conduct is losing a life. Any improper and incompetent behavior or activities as it relates to the security of ammunition, granting of license, result in death to individuals. The 192 rounds reference in that report you gave could possibly account for 192 lives being lost. That is the depth of it. So when I made the call for the stepping down, removal of the CEO, it's against the severity of it. And also to convey in no uncertain terms to whoever will succeed and whoever remains in authority that the job that you have there is a most serious one. And slips cannot be allowed to prevail.
Let's play back some more of this video and get some more comment from Member Jackson.
Also highlighted serious weaknesses in inventory management. It noted that only about 17% of the recorded entries were checked, and several discrepancies, including deteriorating storage bags and poor record keeping, were identified. In addition, the Commission concluded that the authority's license management system was manipulated, with inaccurate information entered into a dealer's account without his request or consent. The investigation found that one set of transactions showed thousands of rounds of ammunition being purchased by individuals who either denied the purchases or, in one case, was already dead at the time. Despite these concerns, the Commission determined that the authority acted within its legal powers when it revoked certain firearm licenses linked to the investigation. However, in relation to allegations of corruption involving staff, the report says investigators were unable to reach definitive conclusions due to insufficient evidence. The Commission is recommending urgent reforms, including improvements to storage conditions, stronger controls over data entry in the licensing system, and the establishment of proper data backup systems. It is also urging a full independent audit of all FLA vaults to determine the extent of unaccounted ammunition and to strengthen oversight. Nakinski Robbins.
My question to you, Member Jackson, is this. Do you have any idea? Hold on for me. There's some little thing going on with the system here. Do you have any idea if the FLA vault has a 24-hour security system?
I am not aware, but I would expect that. When I say not aware, can confirm independently. But I would expect that in much the same way that the vault of the BOJ would have 24/7 surveillance system in place to guard the currencies under its care and protection, that life-threatening ammunition would also enjoy that level of security.
Do you believe the IC did a great job in investigating the FLA?
Put it this way. The investigation revealed what they have been able to find. Right? Is there more? I can't say without evidence. I really could not say, and it would be delving in speculation. I am relying on what has come to light. As we do with all audit or all investigation, we rely on the evidence that it unearths as the basis of course of action to be taken and for condemnation to be made when it is so desired, when it is so warranted. So I don't want to go down the road of speculation against which I can't separately or independently verify to be otherwise.
Member Jackson, do you believe that the majority of the government entity in this country is corrupt?
What I've seen over the last, particularly over the past 10 years, and I've been involved with the government and the public service directly for the over past 32 years. What I've witnessed in the last 10 years is that a number of senior public officials have become very scared of exercising their authority out of fear that there will be political retribution if it doesn't find favor with the political directorate. I say that without reservation. There are individuals, names I won't call, who have interacted with over the years through the various agencies and ministries that they operate in. And in the last 10 years, they are scared as hell to say what they know. I'm not asking anybody about that. I will go further. Some of them have become personally disappointed in, because I do believe that in light of improper practice, or with the knowledge of improper practice, and one becomes silent, it makes them complicit in those actions. And there are some individuals, heads of departments, heads of agencies, that I have witnessed it with my own eyes. In the past, they would more openly speak about even things that are happening that they are not pleased with. They'll openly speak about it. No, they are not denying that certain things are happening, but you'll see the mute. Why do you allow this to happen? Why do you allow that to happen? How does this prevails? And it's muteness.
Do you believe that this country is becoming a dictatorial, this government is becoming a dictatorial government?
No, it has already become one. The question is to what extent. And as was mentioned in the last conversation about NARA, NARA, in my view, at least the NARA that we have, is one that seeks to legalize authoritarian rule. When you give the Prime Minister the power, right, to circumvent all the prevailing regulatory strictures that prevail in the country, strictures that were there as safeguard for the public interest, and the minister can unilaterally override, as we saw what happened in the Dry Harbor case, where the agency, after its own professional, in this case NEPA, its professional evaluation determined that this exercise is not in the public's interest. and forbid the mining from taking place. The Prime Minister nullified that decision and approves the action. It is only because of constitutional breach for environmental rights or the protection of environmental rights why that decision is now overturned. You know, there are many, you see, we can't short circuit due process, right? If you believe that an agency is acting in a way that is not proper, it is not diligent, then you as government have the authority to see to the necessary changes to make it function more efficiently. If efficiency is your concern, you have that authority. And we have provisions in law now for emergencies to even circumvent the normal processes because of time, etc. But even in so doing, there are safeguards which are built in. I can't forget in my first term as a member of parliament, serving on the PAC, I asked the then Auditor General, Mr. Adrian Strawn, very respected and respectful gentleman, when an issue came up where it appeared as if it was an agency inefficiency or responsiveness was at play. And I must tell you, I was a bit upset with what I heard then that never happened. And I asked the Auditor General this question, which sticks out in my mind. Mr. Auditor General, would there be any breach if the manager or head of agency had intervened and grant approval for that mitigating step to take place? His answer to me, Member Jackson, there is nothing in law that prevents any public manager from acting outside of the provision once they provide the necessary documentation to substantiate or to justify their circumventing. In other words, you can go back to check if the reason was plausible or not. I never forget that. So this whole argument that the bureaucracy inhibits or prohibits you from being responsive is a wash. Either you're afraid to act or you're not willing to act. Yeah. So the government, all of these options available to them. Emergency procurement have certain strictures to be adhered to that you can use. But guess what? They use it conveniently, you know. Don't believe that these things don't happen.
Yes.
When they want certain persons to benefit from certain transactions, they circumvent the due process. We hear of many instances of those. So I don't buy that argument. Those are arguments of convenience. When you see the multi-million-dollar purchases, contracts split up in splinters, right? Those are circumventing the process, but towards what end? To ensure. Look what happened, for example. And you know, I must tell you the truth, you know, Jeffrey. Sometimes we get a little bit impatient to talk about some of these things, and some people might deem it arrogance and my part. But let me tell you why. We can't keep on talking about the same thing forever and not doing anything. Look what happened the other day before the elections, when over $1.4 billion was spent by the government. And I say the government and that singular Daryl Vaz, who was the minister who led it, because he did what he did with the full knowledge, consent, approval of the cabinet.
Yes.
So it's the government of Jamaica. The point, man, the hitman in this assault was Daryl Vaz, but it's not him alone. The entire cabinet spent $1.4 billion to buy some old buses, right? Many of them can't navigate the Jamaican terrain. Many of them broke down along the way. Many of them still parked. So much so, and verified that they had to abandon the old bus uses to buy new buses to satisfy the needs of our students. Something that we were telling them from the beginning. But guess what? To tell you how barefaced this government is with the corruption, and everybody else who support them, when they made the money, the millions and millions of dollars of that transaction, let us move on. Because out of those, I saw one of your media colleagues pointed out, one of those buses were being sold in America for $3,000 something US, but they were sold to the Jamaican government for over $70,000 US.
Member Jackson, hold a point there. We have information now that we're trying to verify. Was the buses given to the Jamaican government as a donation, or were they sold to the Jamaican government? And who sold them to the Jamaican government? Because the city of Miramar, we're trying to get some information from them pertaining to these school buses. Something went on that we need to find out, Member Jackson. Go ahead.
Look here, my friend. We don't have to split hairs. From the accounting that I've seen presented, the average cost of one of those buses was $70,000 US. Correct me if I'm wrong, or whatever the amount is thereabout. And research data indicate that those buses were being sold for $3,000. That is roughly.
Some of them is $2,000, $1,000.
Yes, but be conservative and put it at $3,000. That's over $72,000 US difference, right? By somebody, some entity, some broker, some agent using that purchase. Where did that profit go to, and for what purpose? Why wasn't the government, through its various procurement agency, directly purchasing these buses? Why weren't they doing it? No, Jeffrey. What other evidence do you want to say that something fishy, something, as with them saying on the streets, something no mats out taking place? And what is the uproar? Where is the voice from the private sector, who's supposed to be the epitome of good commercial transaction? Where are they making a cry and demand? Right? The former president of the PSOJ would be out there bawling about who should apologize for what. Not making these demands on the government. And that's why the government can get away with it. Because there's too much content with these dishonesties.
And not only that, Member Jackson. Some buses were delivered. 50 buses are still missing. And an outstanding amount of $637 million is still missing. And this minister refused to tell the Jamaican people where the money is or where the buses is.
But Jeffrey, you forget about the police use cars? No, you forget about that? So when persons like myself or you raise this, and the apologists for the government, we make the claim it's politics. We didn't make up the facts about the police use cars. We don't make up the facts about the old used buses. We didn't make them up. Are those things properly accounted for? No, tell us. So, one of the reasons why I don't get into, and some people said to me, I must tell you, Fitz, we don't hear your voice much these days. As you're not talking about these things. But I'm not into the talking business. I'm trying to mobilize for action.
Action time now.
Action time now. That's where I am more engaged. Not in the talking. Others are talking, and let them talk. And talking is important. But as I said earlier on, and I repeat, those who oppress us don't do it accidentally or by the way. It is a conscious and deliberate action they take. And the only way they will resist or desist from continuing is when they encounter force, when they encounter opposition. That's where the PNP come in as an opposition to oppose those practices of oppression, to oppose those actions of corruption, to oppose those actions that deepen the hardship and suffering of the all everyday Jamaicans on the road. That's where we come in opposition. That's what we must focus our mind and our will to do. That's why I don't talk much about what are these things. And by the way, just in a passing way, that matter with the banks, and that's for another subject, where the government sit by and in collusion allow the banks, the super rich in this country, to rob everyday Jamaicans, not just poor people, right? Middle class people, even some rich people too, get robbed by the banks daily, and the government does nothing. Well, just to mention, and some people have asked me, and I use this forum to say, I'm still in the courts with the bank, BNS in this case, on that matter. In fact, we have a hearing next week, Monday morning, on the matter. Because one thing, I shall never relent. I will never give up in a just fight. And that is not over. And it is continuing, and it will continue until this victory is secured, not just for myself and my legally collected fee, but for the thousands of other Jamaicans who have been equally have their money taken illegally. And I talk about illegal action. I pose a question to you. I know you call me here for me to answer questions, but I don't think you'll crucify me if I ask you a question or two.
Go ahead, Member Jackson.
2 years ago, when I discovered that the dormancy fees being charged, which one of the most wicked charges the banks were imposing on people. And I found out that while the bill I tabled in Parliament explicitly prohibits such charges, it was a breach of existing legislation to this day. And I publicly directed to where in the current law the breach occurred. Within 2 weeks, the bank suspended the dormancy fee when that was brought to their attention. And subsequently, have formally decided to withdraw it, voluntarily withdraw it, up to now over the past 6 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Not because it was immoral, not because it was unfair, not because it was unjust, but because it was a breach of the law for which they could be found guilty of. So all those billions of dollars that they collected illegally up until today, neither the Bank of Jamaica nor the government of everyday Jamaican has taken any step to recover those illegally collected fees and have them returned either to the account holders or to be expended for the public good. Up until today, you imagine if I broke into your house and stole your television set, stole your stack of money, and you know I'm the one who took it, would I not be obliged to return it?
Of course.
Or I be permitted to keep it? Having broken into your house, illegally entered your house. Why is it that the super rich in this country, not just the rich, the super rich, who take people's everyday people money illegally, is allowed to keep it, but yet the man who commit a similar breach and robbing somebody of their possession have to return it? You know, now you understand now, Jeffrey, why them things get under my craw.
You know something,
the government of Jamaica, the government of Andrew Holness, the government of the former Minister of Finance, Nigel Clark, the former government of Audley Shaw, former Minister of Finance, the current government of Fable Williams has taken no steps, neither has the governor of the Bank of Jamaica. And it gets worse. I've written to the Public Defender's Office asking for their intervention to remedy this wrong that has been done to the Jamaican people. And they have refused. The Public Defender has refused to proceed to take any action. This is a clear case. First thing to do, seek a judicial review if those dormancy fees constitute a breach of the law. It is as simple as that. And if deemed to be in breach of the law, to instruct the Bank of Jamaica to have an audit done of all such fees collected and return it to the account holders. That's the reason why this government don't have no moral authority to talk to me about what is fair and what is just. It has none. It is evidence like these, Jeffrey, that caused me to have that position. It's not something to get up and feel and think about. This is what I am living with before my eyes every day, and come to Parliament and talk about observing the law. This government don't have the moral authority to talk to me and no Jamaican about observing the law. None. And don't tell me must close my eyes and pretend as if it don't happen. Those are the things that I live with every day, that I see happen before me. And therefore the contempt that I have for this government and its practices are fixed. And those everyday facts that are occurring, every day that goes on and no action is taken. How do you feel if you witness somebody murder your mother and you tell the police that that man or that woman murder your mother, and the police refuse to go and even arrest and charge that person? What respect you can have for that authority? What respect I can have for a government who witness these things and do nothing? They don't even publicly reprimand them for it. Much more to take due course legal action against them. Not even that. And then you want me must walk and behave as if all is nice and dandy. No. It's about poor people money. You talk about people who struggle to send their picnic to school in the day. You talk about people who struggle to find a meal. I know as an MP represent a community of a cross-section of people. I know firsthand, many of them come to me in my everyday travels around the place. Right? I have to fight to put a meal on the day. People live from meal to meal. Not from paycheck to paycheck. From meal to meal. From hand to mouth. When they have breakfast, they don't know where dinner coming from. And in the evening, they hustle to find something to eat in the evening. And that's daily. These are some of the people who are super rich in this country. can grab from, rob from, and the government shake hands with, and knock glass at cocktail parties with, and smile. And they come to Parliament and tell you, oh, we are doing great. When some of us have to live that reality with people around us, right? You cannot tell me must smile and behave as if everything is fine. So sometimes you see we get angry and upset, Jeffrey, because of these things we have to live with every day. Every day. Not sometime. Not sometime. So the journey is not very pleasant, but you can't give up. You can't give up.
You know something, Member Jackson? I have a question to ask you about the government is saying that you only can carry $100,000 into the country. Can you elaborate on that? You haven't do anything about it?
I am asking some questions. Somebody said me something a day or two ago, just recently, about somebody who brought in some money under 10,000 US in value, and it was confiscated. I have a difficulty. I think I saw something printed, but I'm investigating that some more. It doesn't appear fair or reasonable. If I say I'm to declare, if I have over 10,000 when I'm coming in, I don't have over $10,000. I don't know that I must get a receipt from somebody who gave it to me or a withdrawal slip from my bank account overseas to justify taking it in. I don't know about that. And that's a matter, for example, the government need to speak on loudly, because that affects many, many, many Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans who travel into the country, you know. And given the fact that we have a high level of non-banking transactions, meaning people don't deal with the commercial banks in their day-to-day transaction, people need to be aware of that, and we'll get the answer. Seek to have the answer and publicly disseminated.
You know something, Member Jackson? I sit here and I watch you, because I love to watch in the Parliament too, and I see the passion that you have for the people of this country. I hardly see it in any other politician in Jamaica who I've spoken to. And I'm going to go back to something that happened a couple of years ago with the people of Clifton that you represent. You know, when I realized that this Prime Minister don't have any heart for the people of this country, when he sent the Jamaica Defense Force Air Wing, the regular JDF personnel, the JCF, drone and everything, over Clifton to bulldoze down poor people's house. That's the day I realized that this man has no regard for the people of this country.
Well, you know, that case is just such an unfortunate situation in more ways than one. Clifton is a part of my constituency. And what happened is that for many years, I have been in the forefront seeking to have regularization of tenancy, of tenure for a number of those persons, because most of them, not all, most of them come out of the bottom of the sugar industry. Clifton used to be where we had barracks for workers in the sugar industry. And you know, those that live in the barracks were the ones least paid. They were like, you know, more modern day slavery. They stopped them in these barracks to give them shelter, to have their labor available to work in the cane fields. And so the government back then in the 90s that I was a part of, in the privatization of the sugar industry, there were three aspects to it: the factories, the land for the cultivation, and those who were living on the sugar lands. And the decision was taken that those who are living on the sugar land should be the beneficiary of the land, because them four parents paid for the land decades ago, right? And them should get that. So we set out to formalize it. It took much, much longer than I would have wanted, and the government would have wanted. At the end of formalizing it, you have an area of land adjacent. Now we saw there was a run on that area adjacent to it. I went to SCJ, who was managing the process, and said, what is happening? Are you accounting for all these people who are occupying these lands? And are you going to make infrastructure provisions? Because I was busily trying to get in infrastructure on the areas occupied by residents there for decades, long before I am been MP. Brought it to the attention of SCJ. I brought it to the attention of the Prime Minister too. So look, you need to seek to formalize those and make sure that the infrastructure provisions are there. Road, water, drains, etc. Rather than go inside there to investigate, right? And take the necessary steps to do what we had started to do over the other side. Without even notice, I went in with bulldozers. And over that side included some people too who were being relocated in that section, because when the subdivision were done, they had to be relocated because you want to have proper access roads and all of those things. It's the morning when my people down there called me to tell me that many of the people who rightfully belong over there were being bulldozed. And I called the Prime Minister and said, no, you have to stop. Because they have letters of possession that give them the right there. So, no consultation with me as MP, you know.
What?
No consultation. No consultation was made. And as you do with every informally occupied area of land, you send in your investigation team. Because if somebody occupy a piece of land, they are there. So you can find them. You know, and I like to them going to a hole at night and you know, and you can't find. You can, it's a piece of land them occupy. Do the investigation. You have the police can investigate. You have all the other investigations. Do the investigation. Determine if there's criminals there, you can deal with them through the law. But what the Prime Minister did, go in to show strength, claim that there are illegal sale of land by gangsters, and to go in and show muscle, a bulldozer, the army. I went there in the morning. The army was well mobilized. This is a case of putting the cart before the horse. And lick down some people places.
Hold on for me, remember Jackson. Hold on for me, remember Jackson. Now tell me something now. In which modern democracy a Prime Minister who's a Minister of Defense call out the arm of his own people to bulldoze his own people's house? Is there something fundamentally wrong somewhere?
Oh, I said I was going to ask 2 questions. You asked me questions for which you already have the answer. You said it. But you know, Jeffrey, what saddens me, we're coming right back to where we were earlier on. What saddens me is that many of these things happen before our eyes, and too many good people are quiet about it. And you know what happened? Because we are comfortable in our own skin with what we have. And we don't care about nobody else.
It's the same way, you know, member Jackson. I heard the Minister of Tourism talking about moving some people from down in Treasure Beach in St. Elizabeth, from the coastline, putting them somewhere else, because they're going to build hotels and all sorts of shebang around down there. And my question I keep on asking, you know, have they consulted the people of St. Elizabeth pertaining to that? Or is it that they're going to use brute force and force people to sell them the properties?
Well, you know, in Bernard Lodge, I have seen where the government remove farmers who are productively farming lands and the top agricultural lands in Jamaica to facilitate people to plant houses. You know what I said?
My God,
the most extensive irrigation system was in Bernard Lodge, and they have been uprooted. A lot of businesses I have visited there, because part of it was in my constituency, right? Where they have been big exporters of agricultural products, floral, and they just root them out, and they have houses being planted there.
So Member Jackson, my question though, in all of this is going on, can the people of this country put an injunction against the Prime Minister from doing certain things, even with the NHT money?
You know, as you raise that question, I said it in Parliament in a sort of a remark. This is the biggest law-breaking government in Jamaica's history. You look at the many cases that they lose, the actions that they take and they lose in court.
And not only the biggest law-breaking government in the history of Jamaica, it is one of the most corrupt organizations in the history of this country.
Well, I can't hide
You don't have to say it. I will say it. It's one of the most, Andrew Holness administration is one of the most corrupt political organization, one of the most corrupt government since independent Jamaica.
Well, the records have confirmed that. So don't take any credit for being exclusive in that discovery. Don't take any credit.
Member Jackson, I know you have to run.
Yes.
But my final question to you tonight here is this. If this government continue breaching the law and the human rights of the people of this country, I don't know if you're aware of a petition going around for Jamaicans to sign to send to the International Court of Justice and to the United Nations. In all of this, Member Jackson, will anybody go to jail for what's going on in this country?
Well, that is the hope. That is the hope. But, you know, for me, the foremost court of justice is not in The Hague. The foremost court of justice is in Jamaica, the People's Court, the public opinion and public action. And we have control. We are the jurors, the jurists and the jury in Jamaica. We can decide. We can decide. And it's all part of don't wait for anybody to get it right for us. Make we get it right ourselves. We have the power. We have the opportunity. We just have to just get serious and say enough is enough. That's as easy as that. Mm-hmm. When we decide to say enough is enough, no government can prevail in this country, whether you have PNP or JLP. Once the people decide that enough is enough and them have too much of this, then it's time to go. People will say, let me say this election is last year. We're talking about an election where less than 40% and a government less than how much? Little bit from the government. Without the moral authority to govern, our legitimacy is in question. That's the final judge.
You know, Member Jackson, I want you to speak to your people because Jamaicans have never seen a politician that is so passionate about its people. Because there's a lady who I take for my spiritual mother who has lost money in her banking in both the housing, the credit union and the commercial banks. And every time she go back, their money they come to her account. You know, she never get back a red cent.
Well, that again reaffirms what I'm talking about, Jeffrey, is that the government doesn't take the interests of our everyday Jamaican. And I'm reluctant to use the term ordinary Jamaican, right? Everyday Jamaican. And everyday Jamaican include the poor, include the near poor, include our middle class, and it include our upper middle class. Because let me say
is there any middle class in Jamaica anymore, sir?
eroding very, very fast. But there's some snippets of them still there. And we want to protect them because we want to protect our middle class. Because we want to lift the bottom up. We want our people who are at the bottom to improve. And those who are already improved for their improved state to be preserved. I don't want Jamaica to be a land of just poor people. I want it to be a people who can earn livable wages and can enjoy a reasonable life. But to come back to your question about protecting those, sadly, that's what this government has failed to do. It has failed miserably to do. And I give you my assurance, and I'm saying it now because many people that I encounter right across the country that I travel, that the fight does not end. And to the extent that they might not hear me as vocal as I perhaps have been otherwise, it is not a sign of surrender. Not at all. But there's greater resolve than even before to achieve what is critically important for the majority of Jamaicans and an improvement in their lives. But we'll press on. We'll press on.
Can you say the People's National Party is planning something well? Do you think the People's National Party plans something to let the people of this country stand up against the level of corruption going on in the country, sir?
I don't want to say anything prematurely, but what I can say is not something that we pay a blind eye to. It's not something that we are not cognizant of, nor is it that we are ignoring. But as I said before, and I say it again, at the appropriate time when we say what we have to say.
There you have it. Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister of National Security, a passionate Jamaican politician who speaks for the poorer class of Jamaican. Member of Parliament, Mr. Fitz Jackson. Thanks for coming on the Make Talk program, sir, and for the Jamaican diaspora to listen to you.
My pleasure. All the very best to you and your listeners.
Thank you very much. That's Member of Parliament, Sir Fitz Jackson, for coming on the program here this evening. It's good to have him on the program here. I want to say thank you all very much for being a part of this program. Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson gave us his heart earlier on. He speaks truth to power. And I must say this to you all, that I've never seen him so passionate in my life. I've seen him in the Parliament. Yes, I've seen him speak truth to everything he does. But tonight he speaks with passion for the people of this country. And I wish we could find some more people like this. I really do. Our nation is in crisis. The people of St. Elizabeth do not know what is coming to them. And it begs to ask the question, what plans do they truly have for St. Elizabeth? It begs to ask the question also, is it because they have some plans for St. Elizabeth while they were denying the money, both Hurricane Beryl and Hurricane Melissa? The people of Treasure Beach, be very careful. They have plans for Treasure Beach. And I pray and hope the people of Treasure Beach and St. Elizabeth in this environment, and entire St. Elizabeth, truly do not sell their parents and their forefathers' land to those people that have coming down there to buy up all of these lands. I hope the people of St. Elizabeth have the respect for their forefathers, the mothers and the fathers, and do not let money brighten your eyes and sell off your children's lands. There's going to come a time when many of you, if you do so, can't even enter the parish of St. Elizabeth. And I say to the people of the parish of St. Elizabeth tonight, do not be fooled by these politicians and their friends. Do not be fooled by them. You're such a resilient people. You're people who believe in your parish. You're people who believe in the farming breadbasket of this parish. Please do not let these people fool you and force you to sell your lands to them. Yes, hurricane came, and maybe you want to move from the coastline, but do so on your own will. Do not let this government or any other government force you off your property and force you to sell your property. Be ye careful. What I'm hearing don't sound good to me. What I am hearing don't sound good to me at all. And, you know, I asked Member Jackson the question, is this government becoming a dictatorial government? And he said, it is there already. It is there already. It is 12 minutes after 10 o'clock here. 12 minutes after 9 o'clock in Jamaica. It's a pleasure having you on the program tonight. For those on TikTok, thank you all very much. Like up the live feed, send me some, what do they call it, money gun, something like that. Yes. I'm not aware of the whole TikTok thing, you know. But it's good to have people in the chat room who listen to us and continue sending up the hearts and so forth. The time has come for us to put away PNP and JLP, you know. Think about this country, you know. Think about this country. A banking sector that continue robbing poor people money. You put your money in the bank. And when you go back there, how much money come out of it and you didn't draw any money? Banking fee, banking this, banking that. Where must people put their money? If that is the case. And you hear nothing from the governor of the Bank of Jamaica. You hear nothing from the Prime Minister. As what Member Jackson said, that the super rich continue getting rich in this country. While the people who live below Crossroad and other parts of this country continue becoming poor. The people of Westmoreland, the people of St. Elizabeth in particular, the people of Treasure Beach, wake up. Put away politics and wake up. I want to say thank you all very much for coming on this program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Mekwita Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Continue fighting for this country. And as we go off air tonight, I want to say this to you all. The change that we seek in Jamaica will never come from the two political parties. The change that we seek in this country come from us as a people. As what the late John F. Kennedy said in his inaugural speech, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. The people of Jamaica, ask not what you can do for Jamaica. Ask what Jamaica can do for what we can do for Jamaica. Do not give up on this piece of rock. Do not give up on this piece of rock. But continue fighting for this country that we sorely love. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Did you hear my voice? Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. God bless.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
I got arrested a few times. During the 60s, I went to jail 40 times. Since I've been in Congress, I've been arrested another 5 times. And I'm probably going to get arrested again for something. I'm not suggesting that any of you should go out and get arrested. But when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, stand up and say something. Do something. I gave a little blood on that bridge in Selma 53 years ago. I almost died. Some of my friends and colleagues were murdered in Mississippi and other places. I'm not asking any of you to give any blood. I'm just asking you to go and vote like you never voted before. We have to vote.